Lake Point Tower, 1968, Shipwright and Heinrich in the trilobal curvilinear style. If you've heard that Oprah lived there, she did not. Very common rumor. Have you heard those rumors?
Yes.
Oh, do you want to hear how that happened? You don't go from Section 8 to $8 billion by being a dumb person, and Oprah is definitely not a dumb person. So Oprah would go to dinner at La Cité at the top of Lake Point Tower. She didn't live there though, but she'd go to dinner very publicly. She'd get out of the limo, she'd kiss the baby, elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist, wrist. Hi, I'm Oprah, grab the flowers. Very visible entrance. Then she'd go to dinner, come downstairs, leave through the private motor court. Nobody saw her leave. She would do this several times a month while eating at Le Cité. What are the paparazzi and the fans gonna think when they see Oprah go into Lake Point Tower, but they never see her come out? They're gonna think she lives there. That's how she started that rumor. Here we have Riverview 1 and Riverview 2. You'll notice, I'd like to mention, parking here is $63,500. You own the space. I know that sounds expensive, but since you pay taxes on it every year, it's actually exorbitantly expensive. James DeStefano, Riverview 1 and 2. The one borrowing Lady Liberty's tiara, that is a penthouse with a half-size basketball court, swish, full-size squash court, ka-chink, 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 16-person jacuzzi, gross. 16-person sauna, double gross. And a shark aquarium big enough for 3 sharks. All of that's true. Anybody need 3 sharks in their living room? That dude does. Here we have the Sheraton of Chicago, 1992, Solomon, Cordwell, and Benz. The ballroom here is so massive that you could throw a gridiron football game in the ballroom. Maybe that's why they call it the ballroom. I know who I am. I know what I'm doing. Don't worry about me. The President of the United States stays in this hotel whenever they come to Chicago. The Secret Service really likes the perimeter of this hotel. It also has double reinforced ceilings and floors, as well as a secret passageway to an exit and bulletproof glass. What do you think we call this space? It's not a trick question. A presidential suite. Yep. The only Arab-inspired high-rise in the city is the Intercontinental Hotel. This is 1925. Al Schlager was the architect. I'd like to point out the Gleacher Center here. This is Dirk Lohan. Mies van der Rohe was Dirk Lohan's grandfather. So that means, since Mies van der Rohe was very famous as the founder of modernism, anything that Dirk Lohan does, people are just going to stare at and write about it, right? It's kind of like being the child of someone really famous and influential, except it's exactly like that. So Dirk Lohan got a lot of grief for only putting 1 window per classroom on the west side. We have common areas on the south side. We have admin areas on the east side, but the west side only has 1 window. Dirk Lohan responded by saying the kids don't need vitamin D, they need to stud D, and that's the only D they better be getting while they're in college. Now folks, over 100 Nobel Prize winners come out of this building. Let me ask you this yes or no questions. Are Nobel Prize winners associated with D and F marks? No, they're not. So unfortunately, Dirk Lohan was validated. Look, no windows, still 100 Nobel Prize winners and counting. As a former educator, folks, the more sunshine in the room, the more the kids are gonna learn. I can assure you that. But I do know these are young adults here anyway, and old adults too, and all kinds of adults. I just think more windows. If you're looking for the best place to buy an iPhone and drop it in the river, you're gonna wanna go here. This is the Apple Store of downtown, modern prairie style, Foster & Associates, 2017. That is the Tribune Tower, 1925, in the neo-Gothic style by Hood and Howell. And finally, the Wrigley Building. From 1919 all the way through the late 1920s, it was being constructed. It's in the Spanish colonial Renaissance, designed by Graham Anderson, Probst, and White. Do you know why Wrigley's got rich and famous? What's that? Chocolates will close. Candy. Yeah, candy and gum. Now, they did not start in candy and gum. They started in soap. But he was such a bad soap maker that he had to trick people or market his soap with 2 pieces of free candy. Before long, he dropped the soap altogether and just started selling the candy. I guess you could say his marketing campaign stuck. Now folks, we're at the Wrigley building. Look at this beautiful hand-hewn artisan stone. It cost a fortune, but for the Wrigleys, no problem, because you see, they'd already made a mint. A double mint! So, we're gonna end the tour with either a juicy fruit jingle, a double mint jingle, or no jingle at all. Are you ready for democracy? All right, hands up for juicy fruit jingle, hands up for double mint jingle, and hands up for no jingle at all. All right, eye contact with you and you. Give me a 5, 6, 7, 8. Double your sentiment, your merriment, double your moments of fun, and double your delightment with a rhyment for refreshment. It's the only one. So double your pleasure, double your fun. That's the statement of the great mint and double mint. Oh, you knew the words. Hey folks, thanks for coming with us. Thanks for the love. I had a really good time with y'all. Y'all hung with me for most of the tour. I appreciate that. I'll be at the bottom of the ramp if you have any questions about pizza or hot dogs or anything like that. If you have any tips or ideas on how I could be a better tour guide, I am all ears. And if you don't want to talk to me, I've got a card. You can email me and hurt my feelings electronically. So folks, take a card by all means. Thank you so much and have a good evening. Hey, be good to each other, huh?